Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I was talking German. But yeah, welcome to another Crawl Reacts. And look, I'll be honest with you. The camera's right there, but I keep looking there because I'm looking at my face, and there's a gigantic screen right here. So, who cares? Guys, before we get into it, I tell you what I'm reacting to today, because I didn't know this video existed until literally 30 seconds ago. And I'm like, you know what? Before I watch it, I want to... let's see if I'm in focus here. I want to react to it, and that's what I'm going to do now. And but before we get into it, please make sure to check out the links in the description. There's Patreon, there's Buy Me a Coffee, there is Amazon links, the things you can buy if you're located in the States. Even if you don't buy anything, if you click on any of those links to Amazon and you buy something else, I still get a commission from Amazon, not from you, so you don't pay anything extra. But if you want to buy something and you do it by clicking on my link first, then I get a commission of literally anything you buy. There's someone who bought, I don't know, headphones, and I got, a couple of cents from. Someone bought iPhones, and I got a couple of dollars from. Just to give you an example. And before we get into it, I have my IKEA sour candy, Lord Eggs Godis. Lord Eggs, I don't even know what the fuck. It's some Lord. It's the Lord Dag of Zgodis. There's some sour jelly candy cola. Viking ship. I didn't even see that part. Oh well. But they're gluten-free. That's important because you don't want gluten candy for those glutens out there. So what are we reacting to today? I did a reaction video a couple of days ago from Joy Jordanson playing Disasterpiece from the DVD that came out years ago. Well, you say, Carl. I didn't know that Jay Weinberg, the new drummer, has also a drum cam playing the exact same song. Now, I know the song very well. I know it from the album. I know how Joey used to play it because I've seen countless live videos. But now, now, we are going to react to this drum cam of Jay Weinberg playing Disasterpiece. So without further ado, let's get into it. You don't hear much of the music, but if you know the song, you know exactly what's happening. So, as we can see here, let me turn my microphone to face my face. To face my face. As we can see here, he is using, DWs. They look like DW 9000s. Now, these are, because they still exist. These are chain-driven pedals. I haven't used chain-driven pedals in so long, and they're also short boards. Now, there's a lot of people out there that play fast music that still use regular pedals like this. Not specialized direct drive, long board, no spring, precision tuner, blah, 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 trigger in the pedal, whatever, instead of being on the bass drum. And he's obviously able to play very fast with these pedals. Now, there was a good friend of mine who had the DW 5000s. I'm pretty sure these are different than the DW 5000s, but my feet don't work correctly on these kind of pedals anymore because I've literally been playing for almost 20 years on the Axis longboards. So he's very fast, and to my knowledge, at least the DW 5000s were really heavy pedals. Really heavy. And the fact that they're chain driven didn't really help at all. I'm not going to sing the lyrics because the beginning of this song is pretty disgusting, the lyrics. As you can see here, he has his The snare is at an okay height. The toms are relatively higher. They're really close to him, like they're almost draping over his snare. Um, I tried that position once on my drum set whenever I was playing. The problem with that is every time I would go to my stick here, every time I would go in and do a fill on the tom, my stick would get caught under the tom that was right in front of the snare there. So yeah, sorry, that was the kebab. I abandoned that. I abandoned that pretty quickly. But what's interesting is that his cymbals are really low. Like his cymbals are almost, literally, almost touching the toms. For me, I don't. I'm looking at my drum set right now. My cymbals are very much higher than the toms. So if my toms are down here, my cymbals are like up here. Like you can't even like they're pretty far up. I don't know. I don't know why they're so high. I guess it's just a preference. I mean, as you start playing, you realize, you know what? It would be better if this was up higher. It would be better if the ride was over here instead of over there. Who was the drummer? Well, looking at last week, was it? I don't remember. There was a drummer that had like a ride all the way far away, but his stuff is very close. I'm sure that's very comfortable. I don't know how tall he is. I remember Joey was really short. Joey was like, what, 5'2", 5'3", really short. I don't know if Joey had things that close. That's interesting. He's doing he's doing the blast beat part with 1 foot. I would have expected him to be using 2 feet, but no, he uses 1 foot. That's actually very on those pedals. That's very respectable. I am noticing though that he's using Zildjian A customs. I don't know about the other cymbals, but I'm pretty sure that they all are probably around the same line. Joey used to use look. I know it's someone say don't compare him to Joey, but they're playing for the same band. Joey wrote that. He performed a certain way. He's not there anymore, so the new guy, of course, he has big shoes to fill. Reminds me of the episode of The Simpsons, one of the early ones, whenever Krusty was framed by Slideshow Bob. And he remembered, he said, "You have big shoes to fill." Bart saw a video, and when he saw big shoes to fill, then he realized that it wasn't Krusty, but it was Sideshow Bob. I don't even know why I went on that tangent, but Jay has big shoes to fill, so I have to compare them. I have to compare him to Joey. There's not really much I can do about it. So the A Customs, as I've mentioned before, they're my favorite cymbals. They sound really, really bright. Really, the highs are really very present, and they're great cymbals. Joey used to use pasty cymbals, pretty much, because they're like this thick. The cymbals are like this thick. I'm guessing that probably may have to do with the fact that he was using A-head drumsticks, which are made from aluminum. And I don't think when you slap aluminum sticks on cymbals that they last that long. Especially A Customs. The A Customs are very, very fragile. I know because I've broken a couple of them. So now there's a part coming up with double bass pedal. The very fast double bass pedal. Now remember, in the live video, Disasterpiece live video with Joey, he would not play the whole thing through like it is on the album. About 70% into the double bass part, the fast that's literally about to come up, he would go, and then he would play something. I don't even understand what's the pattern, like it was like almost like a galloping Herta type of thing. I don't know if, as I stated in the other video, go check it out, the video I did a couple of days ago, Joey playing the song live. I don't know if it was because of the adrenaline, because whenever I used to play live and I had the adrenaline pumping, it was very difficult. Like I couldn't balance myself correctly because I had so much adrenaline pumping through my legs that I would completely lose control and I couldn't play, double bass straight. So I'm going to see now how he plays it. If he plays it the exact same way live, then I guess that's how it was written. Here it comes. Right now. Okay. He didn't play the weird foot pattern, okay, that Joey played. I thought if Joey would have played it once, the first time, because this part comes up a second time, if he would have played it the first time, then it would have made sense that it probably was a mistake, probably the adrenaline, but he played the exact same foot pattern the second time with the same fill, almost like they literally just cut and pasted the same part on the second half of the video, but they didn't, because that's how he actually played it. Instead here, Jay did not play the weird double bass thingy that Joey did, nor did he play it straight through, but he stopped one bar before, and then he just did a whole bunch of, Tom Phil stuffs. Let's go back and look at that. I mean, it's just, I want to see once the whole part played correctly. We'll see when the second part comes up. That part he's playing correctly. That part there, he actually played really well. That was particular because, Joey did that one-handed stop thing. That actually it's pretty impressive. Here comes the double bass part again, second time. He didn't do it. He didn't play it. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Am I crazy? Hold on. I gotta find this. Where is it? I gotta hear it. So the part's coming up now. I don't even know if you can hear or not. But let's see. I'll put it close to the microphone. I'll I'll put it up when it starts, and then we'll both hear, because this, it's just screwing with my mind. So here it is. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See, he played it the whole way through. But Joey never played this part the whole way through live, and Jay stopped one bar. Like let's say if it's 8, I think it's like 8 bars total. He played 7 bars correctly, and then like the 8th one, he just started doing a whole bunch of ridiculous fills on the. Just play the part correctly, practice it, because this is a. I'm getting worked up over this, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I can't. So I give him a rating from 1 to 10. I'd give him a good solid 7 because everything was played as close as possible to the original. I don't expect him to play it identical to the original because it's impossible. No drummer is like that, and I would expect him to sort of make it his own, but. You have a few important parts in the song, and I'll say this until the end of time. There's a few important parts if you're going to replace someone, if you're going to be a drummer and you're playing that drummer's parts. I cannot stress this enough. There's a couple of very important parts in the song that you need to play identical. There's no way around it. The slow thing where he did the one-handed cymbal catch, for example, that was a signature part of the song because it's so out of the ordinary, and it's so present while being out of the ordinary that it's a signature beat to the song. The double bass part, for example, comes up 2 times in the song. That also is a signature part. Now I can't really say much. Because Joey, who wrote that part and played hundreds of concerts, that same part hundreds of times, he also did not play it through. I don't know if there's a video out there of him playing the song in multiple concerts where he actually plays the whole thing. I don't know. I will probably sit with the way I am. I'll probably fixate on this for months until I find a video where he actually plays the whole thing through. Jay Weinberg is a really good drummer, really solid. Personally, I think he's a little too. I'm not talking about him as a drummer. I'm talking about him as the drummer of Slipknot, because I'm a big fan of Slipknot. Well, not so much anymore. But he needs to step it up. He's very. How can I put this? He's a little too sloppy. He's a very good drummer, and his father, I'm a huge fan of Max Weinberg because he's a ridiculously talented drummer. He's really good, really solid, but can be sloppy at times. I would probably attribute one of that to the pedals, the W9000s. They're great pedals. They're probably, top of the line. But when you play over a certain speed, you need different pedals. That double bass part was, I'm guessing it's around 240-ish, almost 250-ish. Yeah, it's really difficult to play that live with those pedals. There's only one drummer on this planet that can play that fast and have it clean, no triggers, just microphones. That's Dave Lombardo. Nobody else. I don't care. You can sit here, you can complain, you can leave me in the comments, name me any other drummer. Not even what's his name? The drummer from Sepultura, what's his name? Shit, Enrique Iglesias? No, what's his what's his name? Casagrande. He is really clean, really precise, and a great drummer. One of my top 10. And he plays a lot without triggers. I don't think he even uses triggers at all. And he can play that fast. I don't know what pedals he uses. But still, even him cannot play as clean and as precise as Dave Lombardo. And Dave Lombardo's in his 50s. I think he's almost 60. I don't know. Plus, I think Joey used to use triggers on his or I don't know if he actually. I remember seeing D drum triggers on his bass drums in more than one occasion. I remember seeing them from pictures, and well, I think he was even sponsored by D drum at a certain point. But you got to do something, because this music, when I see live videos of Slipknot now, when a fast double bass part comes up, the volume of the double bass disappears. This is normal when you don't use triggers, because when you play that fast, you can't play with the same intensity as when you play a slower double bass speed. You can use your whole leg. If you're using ankle motions or something just to play fast and you lose a lot of the volume, in the mix it's going to disappear. So there has to be something that he needs to do. Maybe, I don't know, if somehow by some miracle he sees this, try triggers. Put triggers on your thing. Find a sound. I'm not saying just go full-blown triggers, but make it enough that you can hear it, so when you have these fast double bass parts, it's a more uniform sound with the rest of the song, like you would hear on the album. Because Joey for sure didn't have that problem. I don't know if Joey used triggers or not. Maybe, maybe not. But I've never seen Joey have that problem. If you want to play for a band like Slipknot that has amazing guitar players and electronics and all this other stuff going on, there's like 950 members playing at the same time, you need to stand your own ground, because that's not an easy band to play in 100%, and those songs are really complicated. The ones Joey wrote, they're really complicated. The ones that Jay was playing on, that I think in the last album, not so complicated. It's not so. It doesn't stand out as much. Now, I know I'm comparing to someone who created the band and played in the band for over 20 years to someone who's been in the band for like the last 5. Apples and oranges. But still, this is my opinion. This is why it's called Crawl Reacts and not whoever else reacts. So, that's what I think about this, guys. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And let me know who else you want me to react to. And lose my marbles like I did with this, because I'm very passionate when it comes to these things. You're welcome. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Check out my links in the description. See you later. How does this work?